Hi, future OChem student. We're former student from thanks class. I'm Sammy.
I'm Wendy. So I know you guys heard a lot of rumor about organic chemistry, and yes, they're all true. Organic chemistry is a very hard subject that requires a lot of time to study in order to get through this class.
But we're not here to scare you. We're here to give some reviews that might be helpful for you to get ready in the class so you can do good on the organic chemistry class.
So today we're going to talk about Lewis structure.
Yay! Hi. So first up, you need to figure out how many valence electrons there are. So when you look at the periodic table, on the top of the periodic table there's a group number. So for example, hydrogen has a group number 1A. For carbon, there's group number 4A, and oxygen has 6A. Those numbers tell you how many valence electrons they have. So for example, carbon has 4 valence electrons, so you need to draw like 1, 2, 3, 4 valence electrons, and oxygen has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 valence electrons. Hydrogen has only 1 valence electron. So before you draw the Lewis structure, you need to first draw the atoms first individually. So carbon has 4 valence electron, and hydrogen has 1. Okay, like this.
So are you guys confident in finding the valence electron? In step 2, we connect the atom. First, we find the central atom. A central atom is any atom that can form more than one bond. So hydrogen, in this case, is in group 1A. Hydrogen can never be a central atom because hydrogen can only form one bond. So, okay. Now, if we look at carbon, carbon has 4 valence electrons, 1, 2, 3, 4, which means that carbon can form 4 bonds. 2, 3, 4. Carbon is a good candidate for a central atom because carbon can form 4 bonds. And in organic chemistry, we use carbon a lot. So just remember that carbon is a good central atom and carbon can form 4 bonds. When carbon and oxygen attach together, carbon is still going to be the central atom because carbon has 4 valence electrons versus oxygen only has 2 unpaired electrons here and here. And when oxygen and hydrogen connect together, oxygen will be the central atom because oxygen has more bonds, while hydrogen can never be the central atom. If there's 2 unpaired electrons, they want to form a bond. So in this case, carbon and hydrogen, they want to form a bond together. And these 2 unpaired electrons, they're going to attract each other and they're going to form a bond. So we draw this line to indicate that there's two electrons forming together, and carbon and oxygen is going to form a covalent bond, and this is how we connect the atom. In step 2, we connect all the atoms that can form more than one bond. So we connect carbon and oxygen together, and we save hydrogen in step 3 because hydrogen can only form one bond. In this example, CH2O, there's going to be 2 hydrogens, and these 2 hydrogen has 1 valence electron, and they're going to be connecting to carbon because carbon has more unpaired electrons. So these 2 electrons, they're going to form a bond, and these 2 electrons, they're going to form a bond. And this is how we connect the hydrogen, and this is how we connect the atom.
So we learned how to form a bond with all these atoms. Next step is to check if they achieve octet. Except the hydrogens. Hydrogen does not need to fulfill the octet. Right now, in this case, carbon and oxygen does not fulfill the octet. So these unpaired electrons need to be shared to form a double bond. So those unpaired electrons should form a double bond. So after this, you need to check how many valence electrons they have. So This 2 hydrogens need to have a 2 valence electron. This 1 carbon need to have 4 valence electron. So this 1 oxygen need to have 6 valence electron. In total, they need to have 12 valence electrons. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But be careful. You cannot simply add an extra electron to make an octet. You can only make by unpaired electrons or left electrons. So, we learned all these 4 steps, know how to draw the Lewis structure. Now, we can practice with more examples. Hi guys! So we are here with the example. So to practice how to draw Lewis structures, number 1, we have C2H6. So like our first step, we need to draw the individual atoms first. So carbon with 4 valence electrons, another carbon with 4 valence electrons. We have 6 hydrogen with 1 valence electron each. 3, 4, 5, 6. Now you can connect the bond with 2 unpaired electrons. And then you can check your answer by counting your valence electrons. In this molecule, you need 14 valence electrons, like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So it's correct. Well, so number 2, we have C2H4. So draw the individual atoms with 4 valence electrons with 4 hydrogen here. So hydrogen 1 here, hydrogen 2 here. So connect the 2 unpaired electrons to form a bond. So now we have 2 more unpaired electrons. But this needs to form a double bond. So this needs to form a carbon double bond to fulfill the octet. So now we can count the valence electron. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So this is correct Lewis structure.
So in this example, we have C2H2. First, we draw in the carbon. And then we draw in the hydrogen. And we connect the electrons together. And these 2 electrons, it can form a double bond. And these 2 electrons, just erase that and to form a double bond. Just make sure you have 10 valence electron here. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We did this example right. So in this example, we have C3H8. So draw out all the carbon. And then the hydrogen. And forms a bond. Just make sure that we have 20 valence electrons. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. And so we did this example right. So these are some extra examples for you guys to try. Just pause the video right now and try to do it. The answer will be coming up after a few seconds.
So, did you guys get this answer?
If you guys didn't get this answer, just retry again. If you guys get this answer, that's perfect. So drawing a Lewis structure is not that hard, right?
Yeah. Just follow 4 steps. You can be pro at it. And thanks for watching.
Bye.